bogus. Wrong again.
I was wondering the same thing.
I'm excited. I know this one is as well.
Our worst host.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Worst Week Ever. I have an A-list guest with me tonight. Hello, Kenan.
Hey there, Matt. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right, so you have a huge following on this new exciting Facebook show called Girlfriend Guy.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about this experience. Where did the idea for the show come from, and how are you feeling right now?
Okay, well, yeah. So if you go to facebook.com/girlfriend guy, you'll find a bunch of my videos. And I think, so relationships are very important to me. And I decided one day that I was learning a lot within my fights and interactions with my girlfriend. And so I started chronicling some of these discussions and experiences, and I was uploading the videos, the things we were talking about, and people online were saying, "Oh wow, these are great. We're learning a lot."
What was the inspiration that motivated this? Was it because you were looking for some advice on how to deal with your girlfriend, or was it just you wanted sympathy from other people?
I want to share how much I love her, and I want people to know the things I learned from my relationship. So, I try to bring positivity.
Wow.
out.
What made you think, though, that people could learn from your experience? Did you think you were going through a trying time that maybe people could learn from you? Or did you think your relationship was a model and inspiration for others to follow?
Well, I mean, we're all human, right? So I believe that in relationships, we probably all fight about similar things. Should we hold hands in public? Should we kiss in public?
Oh, and what's the answer?
Should we?
Well,
you have to
Should
compromise.
we?
You have to compromise. Right?
Compromise?
We all want different things.
All right, well, what did you want?
Well, I am a little bit more affectionate than my girlfriend, and so I am usually the one wanting a little bit more attention.
Sorry.
That's okay. Well, I mean, I want to hold her hand and kiss.
Okay, but the funny thing is, you're saying all this and as if you were like a role model. But if people who watch your series, I hate to bring this up, it might be a little awkward, but in your most recent episode, she actually dumped you.
Yikes!
I hope I'm not breaking news to you. I think you're aware of this.
No. Okay, there's going to be a mixture of opinion on that. I think if you watch it, you'll understand that I was trying to break up with her.
Well, I mean, whoever gets it said first actually gets the credit. I think.
Well, I disagree with you there. We did have
Well, there's nothing to disagree. I mean, you can't disagree with the fact. I think she factually broke up with you before you got to break up with her.
Okay, so we're not together right now.
Okay, so that's why she's your ex-girlfriend. So actually, you might have to rename the show Ex-Girlfriend Guy. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, so there's a lesson to be learned in this.
Okay, so what's the lesson?
The lesson would be to, if you fall off the horse, you got to get right back up on it. So right now, I am technically
on her. Is she the horse, or
in the metaphor?
Oh, the metaphor.
Horse. Yeah, she.
Is she the horse in the metaphor, or are girls in general the horse?
For me, she's my horse.
So you're gonna get back up on her. Whether she wants you on her or not. I think she might not appeal.
Well, no, I won't do it if she doesn't want.
Okay, well,
I don't do that.
I think it's obvious she doesn't want. Yikes. Is it not obvious? I don't know. I'm asking. I just asked the questions.
No.
I don't know
Look,
the answers.
I mean, gosh, I'm kind of frazzled about that.
All right, don't be frazzled.
All
right, think about it. Put it on the back burner. We got a lot of bad news to just talk about that happened in this week. Maybe getting your mind off of your ex-girlfriend will make you think about some more positive things. That's what this show is all about. Worst week ever here. We look at bad news and we try to make it fun.
It was a bad week.
So that was a bad week for you. You got dumped, and that's why I thought this was perfect. It's time for Kenan to come on.
I dumped her.
He got dumped by his ex-girlfriend, and now it's time to make some bad news happy and exciting. So here we go. What's your worst news item of the week?
Okay, yeah, so I found out that Vizio Smart TVs, if you're watching this on a Vizio Smart TV, be careful.
Throw it out.
They might be watching you. So apparently Vizio is now involved in a $40 million lawsuit because their smart TVs were spying on their customers.
I hate when that happens.
Right, and so they were selling this information. They were watching buying habits and reaction habits from their customers, and they're selling that information to brands and brands, big corporations are buying.
Well, that's definitely bad news, but I would argue possibly, just to be a little devil's advocate here.
I argue everything. What?
I would argue that everything you do on the internet is actually monitored by Google and other websites with their little cookies.
Okay, that's
everything
why
you're doing is being watched and then targeted.
That's why you're at your keyboard. You are at a keyboard. They're not watching you. I mean, it's a violation of privacy. If you're in your bed with your loved one, if I'm in bed with my girlfriend, and they're watching the TV, or they're watching us, like that's a breach of privacy. I don't want.
I agree, but it's funny you're saying that as girlfriend guy. I mean, you've been showing videos of you and your girlfriend. That's what you do.
Well, I choose what to
You
show.
do choose, so that's why ultimately I'm in agreement with you. This was a bad item. See, you convinced me.
Sweet.
It's bad that, obviously, I don't even know, there was nothing good about that. I was just trying to say that it's, in this day and age, a lot of people might not even think that's a bad thing.
Would you be okay being watched while you're maybe not clothed or?
I got nothing to hide, baby. Don't laugh. That wasn't funny.
Yeah,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving right along.
What's your worst?
We're going to get to the worst Trump news of the week because so let's fire up some worst Trump acts. All right, we're back. So, ladies and gentlemen, the worst Trump act of the week, in my view, is him tweeting support for his underlings, no matter what they do. They do a lot of bad, stupid things. We have Kellyanne Conway lying on TV, maybe not lying, but not clearly saying accurate facts in plenty of interviews. We have his press secretary, Sean Spicer, just arguing with every reporter, yelling at them angrily to make the Melissa McCarthy impersonation of him on SNL hilarious because it's so accurate. And what Trump does is he just blindly supports everyone that works for him, which is a great thing, I guess, if you're a business leader, you want your CEO to support you at all times. But for my president, I would like him to expect more of his staff. And
he did fire the attorney general.
Well, that wasn't his attorney general.
Okay.
And there was an interim attorney general who was actually from a holdover until Jeff Sessions got appointed.
Okay.
So I would like the people that he actually appoints and has working for him. I want him to say sometimes to them, you are not acting as good as you should be. You're not showing competence, and as a result, you're either fired or you got to act better, or you will be fired. And he's a celebrity apprentice, for Christ's sake. He should be firing people left and right when they're not performing. Thank you. All right. What about you? What's your worst Trump act of the week?
Well, I've been thinking about this a lot. It seems like everything Trump does, there's some kind of contention. But one thing I found that was really bad was he was just at a restaurant on Mar-a-Lago somewhere. He was on the phone with the Japanese prime minister.
That's his hotel in Florida, yeah.
Yeah, so he was on the phone with the Japanese prime minister discussing a recent North Korean missile launch. And he's doing this openly in a restaurant, and he's looking at sensitive documents. Exactly. He's talking about sensitive documents in an open restaurant, and the guests in the restaurant are overhearing confidential material, and then they're sending it to their friends, and they're talking about so he's leaking material. He's just eating steak, leaking material out.
But accidentally. I mean, it's sort of funny. It's not good. I agree, but it's not like he's selling secrets to.
It'd be cute if it's cute if you're in elementary school. Don't be making these kind of mistakes.
He shouldn't be, but he's learning. Give him time. All right, see, look at that. We got worse. No, it could be it could be worse. Could be worse. So
yeah.
As of now, I think that was the worst Trump news of the week. I think each week though, you got something new.
I don't know how Melania.
That's her name. Yeah.
Yeah. Supports him through all this. I mean, he's very lucky.
He's supporting her with $1 billion, so she keeps her mouth shut and she smiles in her fur coat.
Don't have that kind of support from my girlfriend, so I just.
Well, you don't have $1 billion, so you got to work on that. And it's your ex-girlfriend, by the way, as well. So don't forget about that.
Right.
Ex-girlfriend. Ex.
Okay, man.
Hate to break it to you, but it's an X. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our social media update. We have tons of fans around the world and one person to follow them all. His name is Duncan. Let's bring him on. Duncan, social media update. There we go. Look at that. Spectacular. All right, Duncan's in town, everyone. All right, so Duncan.
Wait, how many people make Dunkin' Donut jokes with you?
Literally every person I've ever met. My entire life.
I have never done it, so
Nice.
not everyone.
Nice.
Look at that.
You thought it,
All right,
though.
so I don't think anything about you. I kid. All right, Duncan, you keep track of our fans. There are thousands of them, so and they all say to you, "Tell us about Matt." That's what they say.
exactly what they say, and that's
All right, so
exactly-
what do you tell them? What do you have this week? I should stop
Okay,
talking. What do you
so-
got?
Got a lot of messages this week from you, the listener,
Ooh.
to my inbox, and a lot of messages went from my inbox straight to my trash can.
Oh, after you read them?
I read some of them.
Perfect. So give us some
I
highlights.
have some for. I got one for you here.
Oh.
If you could have anyone on the show, who and why?
Oh.
Who would you have and why?
I'm right here.
I was just, we already
And
fulfilled one person off of my bucket list, so check. Maybe next. You know what? President Obama actually seems like he has a lot of free time on his hands. And he's actually made fun of me in the past once. I met him once, and he made fun of me in a crowd.
An
It
honor.
wasn't
That's
my finest
amazing.
moment.
That is.
That's sort of why I'm not a big fan of him, actually. He embarrassed me. But I won't hold it against him. And I will actually like the time to bring him on and settle old scores. Bury the
Great.
hatchet, so to speak. So there you go. Look at that. Real
Nice.
question.
Okay, we got another one for you. Who does your hair? I love the. Sorry, that one was from.
What?
That question was for me. It was about my hair.
Okay.
And then
Someone
the next
does your
one,
hair.
Who does your hair? You do your own hair? And that one is from me.
From you?
That's from me.
You're all right. I'm very confused by what's going on. These are supposed to be questions. Oh, you're a fan. You're a fan now as well. Oh, I didn't even know you liked the show. All right, Duncan, this is exciting. Look at this. All right, so fabulous.
You
Who?
gonna answer?
What's the question?
Do you do your own hair yourself?
All right. I don't know if you're trying to be funny or not, because you're not succeeding.
It looks like you do.
Just answer the question. Just answer the question.
What's the
It's a
question?
simple question. Do you do your
Do
own
you do your
hair?
hair? Do you do your hair?
It looks like you do your own hair. Do you do your own hair?
Maybe I do. Maybe. All right. You know what? Fine. Yes.
Okay.
Is it like
All right. Can we move on? Nobody cares about my hair.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Next question,
Okay.
people.
The next question is actually one for the girlfriend guy.
Oh, this is
Um,
exciting.
Big fan of the show. You seem like a great guy, and the girlfriend seems like a very nice woman. I hope your relationship works out. Keep up the great work. So really,
That wasn't a question.
not a question.
And how come? Why do you find nice people for him? You work for this show. You can't find one person to say something nice about Worst Week Ever?
I am doing my best
At what?
at
I'd like to thank you for that. I needed that. We are going through a rough time, and you know, if something looks like an end, it doesn't necessarily have to be an end. Okay, so like just like it
Right.
looks
Tell
like
yourself whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better. But
No.
this girl has moved on, clearly.
No, it's things that sometimes look like a wall or just a door. Okay, so
sometimes they're walls though. You know what I mean?
True. All right, there you go. Duncan likes to lift everyone's spirits up and then bring them down to a crushing halt. All right, Duncan, this has been spectacular. Thank you very much. Say hello to those fans.
Okay.
And yeah, and
Thanks for having me.
thank you for
It was great to meet you.
great to meet him as well. All right, so you got a fan. That was fun.
Thank you, Duncan.
Very exciting. All right, so that was good. Great way to get over your ex that way, to have people.
I'm not over her. I'm gonna hopefully make it work.
Okay, keep telling yourself that. All right, let's go to our celebrity phone conversation. This is an exclusive thing we have here on Worst Week Ever. We find tapes of celebrities when they talk to each other that no one else has access to.
How do you do that?
We have connections to the NSA and the FBI and Homeland Security. And, you know, they have tapes that they keep close to the vest, ones that are related to terrorism. But then there are others that nobody's interested in. And this happens to be one. And this phone call is between Morgan Freeman and Samuel L. Jackson, America's two favorite black actors. Very exciting. So let's go to the... We'll come back in a minute to wrap up the show and have a pillow fight. But before that, let's go to our phone call.
Hello, this is Morgan Freeman. Who's calling?
Yo! This is Sam Jackson!
I don't understand why there's a need to yell.
Yo, Morgan! What's in your wallet?
I don't have my wallet on me. Samuel, what is...
Check your wallet!
Samuel, what are you doing? Are you pranking me?
I want to know if your wallet is empty.
Sam, I believe there's some things in my wallet. Are you all right?
I think your wallet is empty because you are stealing all of my work.
Is this because I didn't do that movie with you?
I think you're not listening.
Sam, I think you're a little sore that I played God in a movie and you have not.
I'm sick of you stealing my jobs.
Well, try studying acting.
Oh, you calling me out?
I'm calling you out.
I was almost nominated in Django Unchained.
Almost nominated.
What were you almost nominated in?
I don't even need to describe my pedigree.
Oh, you gotta. You haven't been in anything good in the last 10 years.
Have you seen The Shawshank Redemption?
Was that in the last 10 years, Morgan? You need a calculator?
I think you need a nap. You need to go to sleep, Sam.
I think you need money in that wallet, because you've been doing jobs that just are paychecks.
Is this about Denise?
Don't bring her up.
She loves me more. I'm with her now.
She's blind and she thinks you're me.
That might be true, but she likes to sleep to my soothing voice.
Oh, you're gonna hear a soothing voice in a minute. It's gonna be the sound of me laughing as I put a pillow over your face, Morgan Freeman!
Oh, you wanna bet? You know where I live.
Oh, I do, and I'm coming there right now.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
that was fun.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
I didn't realize there was a feud between those
I didn't know
two.
either, but Worst Week Ever exposes the truth about people that we never knew. So there you go. If Morgan Freeman...
Shawshank was a great movie.
Oh, it was.
He kind of sounded like Cleveland from Family Guy doing a Morgan Freeman impression.
Oh, interesting. Well, they're both... Well, that's a little racist of you. Just not all black people sound the same, Kenan.
You
Hate
did
to break
both.
it to you. Not all black people sound the same. Newsflash.
I wasn't. You called them the two black actors. All right.
Well, I think your girlfriend breaking up with you has made your head go on frazzled. You've gone a little frazzled.
I'm gonna be okay.
Good.
Okay.
All right, I'm glad you are, because now it's time to bring your spirits down even further, because we have Tony, or Guido, sorry, Guido coming on here to reveal our worst clips of the week. All right, so Guido's here. What do you got first up on the docket?
Well, Max, we have a
Matt. The name's Matt.
Matt, yeah. Well, here in Hollywood, last week they had a thing called the Grammy Awards.
I've heard of them.
And apparently there's a singer, her name's Adele.
I know it's live TV, I'm sorry. I can't do it again like last year. I'm sorry for swearing and I'm sorry for starting again. Can we please start it again? I'm sorry, I can't mess this up for you.
She forgot the words or something happened, and so she wanted to start over. She used a curse word on live TV, and here we are on live TV, and we're the professionals. We know how to do it, and apparently over at the Grammys, they don't know what they're doing.
Interesting. You know, she actually was applauded by some because they said she had balls.
Yeah, I
to-
think it's completely fine what she did.
Well, I think it could be bad in the sense that it just shows that she was unprofessional or unprepared, or But I think people, because she's Adele, she's cut so much slack in the end. Imagine if someone else did that, would people, like when Mariah Carey screwed up.
Yeah. I mean, that's her message. Adele is about breaking the mold and acting like you don't have to be
She
some
breaks a lot of
fixer.
things when she moves.
What?
What? Who said that?
Major celebrities like us would never do that.
I would. You're right. I would. Well, I don't know if you would be in the same category as me and girlfriend guy here. Guido.
Pushing boundaries is important. Being progressive is important.
Right.
We're bigger than Adele.
Well, Adele is pretty big. So let's go on to number 2. What you got on your second story?
Number 2, we're going to the world of politics, and there's this big stuff on all the news stuff about Security Advisor Michael Flynn. He told Vice President Mike Pence that he had never spoken to the Russians, and all of a sudden we're finding out.
Lie!
All of a sudden Mike Pence was not very pleased to find out that was not the fact.
Well, I'm personally happy that this Mike Flynn guy, who is an embarrassment, I think, to the Trump administration, is gone. And I think it's unfortunate that Mike Pence was made to look like a fool, actually. So this was bad all around, but I think there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I think maybe you're getting rid of some of the crap from the administration, and I think you're going to bring in more adult people. They're saying General Petraeus might be the person to replace him, who had some scandals of his own in the past, but is ultimately a good guy. Okay, Kenan, what are your thoughts?
That affected me a lot, but
Why? Because they kicked Flynn to the curb, like your girlfriend kicked you to the curb? Is that why?
she may. No, she may have been cheating on me. Just now realizing.
Why did Mike Flynn make you realize?
Mike Flynn is cheating on the country.
Oh. Is that why, Ken?
I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh, exciting. All right, well, cheer up, Kenan, because we've got one more story here, and it's life-threatening to 200,000 people, apparently.
Yes, here in California, up in the Northern California, there's the Oroville Dam. It is the tallest dam in the United States.
Wow.
And right now, all the rain we've had this wet winter and the snowpack melting, the engineers decided it was in danger of breaking, so they evacuated 200,000 people in 8 cities throughout Northern California. And I want to give kudos to our governor, Jerry Brown, who had the insight to invest $100 billion in high-speed rail and not water projects. Good job.
Whoops, Jerry! Well, you know, people love Jerry Brown in this state because they think he's done a great job, but this might be signs that
Wait, is this due to all the rain we weren't expecting?
Yes.
This happened because of that, right? Yeah. I mean, you can't blame them for not being prepared for such a downfall.
10 years ago, there was a report that they had warnings that they needed to rebuild the dam. They were having troubles. And for 10 years, including Governor Schwarzenegger and Governor Brown,
well,
they found other things to spend money on.
You know what Jerry Brown is saying right now?
What?
Damn! That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Hey, we all make mistakes, but you know, it's we got to learn from our mistakes. And
You
just
got to
try-
learn.
Try more.
So,
The good news is we're going to have high-speed rail all the way from Fresno to Bakersfield.
and we'll be swimming our way there. Through the dam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Guido, look at this. You got 3 good stories up in your sleeve.
Yeah, the train
Who
gonna-
says you're a horrible correspondent that doesn't do their work all week and is a worthless addition to the show? Who says that?
Besides you, nobody, man.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to the part of the show that everybody loves right now. It is called the Pillow Fight Debate. Do we have an intro for that? And maybe Guido, move back a drop. You're staying here to judge. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have the Pillow Fight Debate here. And we've got a huge topic this week. A huge controversial topic that Kenan is going to set up for us. What is the background for this argument?
Okay, so the background is this. There is a YouTuber, very famous, the #1 YouTuber in the world. His handle is named PewDiePie. Okay, this guy makes millions and millions of dollars per year. He has millions of subscribers, huge fan base. He was represented by Disney and other very large companies, and he was recently he got in big trouble. He had a couple African kids hold up signs saying, "Kill all the Jews."
Big trouble in Little Africa.
And I don't know, right, yeah. And so he had people post these very controversial, racist and terrible messages. And so then Disney has dropped him and he's losing a lot of his contracts. And some people are saying he should definitely be fired by everyone, stop following him. And other people are saying he was using free speech.
Okay,
let
so
him
that's
stay.
perfect. A good setup. The argument is free speech, free speech, versus Kenan,
Common decency, please.
common decency. All right, let the games begin. Guido's going to judge here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think ultimately,
I have no decency.
the argument of whether I think people should be entitled to say whatever they want at all times, and the marketplace of ideas will sort out what is good and what isn't. There we go.
I think you need. I think. Okay. It's begun.
It has begun.
I think you can use free speech. It's similar to the law of robotics, as long as you're not hurting anyone.
Well, you're hurting me with that pillow right now. So
Okay.
let me tell you what should hurt. Okay, you know what hurts? Not words, actions hurt.
Hey.
Not words, just actions. Okay,
People-
so people need a thicker skin in this world.
When you have a large fan base, people listen to you, and if you post hurtful messages, others are going to listen.
Okay,
It's gonna
guess what?
Disseminate hate.
If you have a large fan base, that fan base won't be large for long if you disseminate hate. But it should be up to people in the market to decide if they want to hear hate or not. Not up to Kenan's view of what's commonly decent or anyone else's view. I decide what's decent for myself.
statistics.
And you should decide what's decent for you.
We have statistics showing that when people
Take your statistics and shove them.
people need to be able to finish their arguments.
Fine, finish.
I'd like to.
Time out, time out.
Okay, ref.
Guest, make
Okay,
your
go.
point.
Thank you. My point is that people should be able to say whatever they want as long as they are not crossing an ethical boundary that's
According to who?
the ethics, history. We have facts showing that when you hate on all the Jews, some bad things happen. Matt.
Okay, counterpoint.
Okay. Counterpoint. Here we go. That's why people should be entitled to say and get their hate out in words, because if you bottle it up, you then force that hatred inside, and then it forces people to want to act rather than just say. That's why porn is great, because all these sexual predators stay at home and watch porn instead of hitting the streets and raping people.
No. I knew what I was going to say, and then I was hit in the face. People. Oh, jeez.
This is a defensive weapon as well.
Yes. Okay, no. There shouldn't be hate for Jews.
There shouldn't be hate for Jews. I agree, but you shouldn't mandate non-hate for Jews.
Yes, you should. If you are feeling hate towards a group of people, you need to understand you're racist, and that's a terrible thought. And you shouldn't. That should not be supported by.
I'd rather have hate be brought out to the light, so you know who the hateful people are. Because then I'm not saying people. I don't want people, whatever the idiot is, to get money from this. But I want people to be able to see him for who he is, and then independently choose to stop following him and to stop watching him. I don't want some secretive Disney source silencing him for the rest of us.
Then let Disney choose. They've chosen to drop him. So you technically should be okay with that because there are people at Disney and they made the choice.
I want the individuals to make it, not the corporate entity that is Disney. All right, we're in our final minute here, so there we go. Free speech.
I dumped her. I dumped her.
All right, she dumped you. There, that's your ex. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, look at that. That was a fun, exciting debate. That was very vicious and exciting.
I let him fight.
You let him fight. Most of our refs have been girls, and we've been very sensitive.
It is
All
cathartic.
right, so who is the winner here?
I enjoy the violence. I think he has a point. The thing should be decency. However, Disney has the right to drop them, but the government should not sanction the guy. Do I get a raise?
You don't get a raise.
The guest won.
Damn it!
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Sorry, that was the winning.
Okay.
All right, you should hit me back quick because you won. Ow! All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. That's been the show. We got to thank Guido, Tony, with Duncan. We have Kenan, our guest, Yvette over there. Spectacular fans at home. Thank you for watching. This has been Worst Week Ever. Watch us at weeklyshowtv.com and for Girlfriend Guy. Adios, everyone.